Hello friends, welcome to another episode of Techie Tuesdays. I'm your host S. Ravi Kumar. Techie Tuesdays is a weekly show where I answer to your tech and career related queries. So if you like my answers, then please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends, family and colleagues. Let's get started with today's questions. Today's first question is asked by Manoj Kumar Mandal. He's asking, what are some common myths regarding freelancing? Manoj, there are many myths regarding freelancing, but the most popular one is that freelancing is working for yourself, that you are working for yourself. There is no boss in freelancing. However, that's a myth. Whether you are working in a job or you are a freelance consultant or freelance developer, there will always be your boss. If you are a freelancer, your client is your boss. So you have to do whatever your client says. You can't do anything on your own unless and until you are creating a product. So that is altogether different. That is not freelancing. That is basically you are creating your own product. So in freelancing, if you are a freelancer, you are not your own boss. You are basically employee of your client, whoever is paying you as per your hourly rate. Another common myth about freelancing is that it's less stressful than job. But basically, as again, it's a myth. It's as stressful as job. In my opinion, it's more stressful than job, because in job you don't have to care about money, because you know that you will be getting your salary every month, a fixed salary. But in freelancing, you have to find clients, always be up on your toes in finding new clients. You have to check that how long is your client pipeline, how long the work is going on. So you have to keep a track of all these things. If you are a freelancer, basically you are someone like an independent consultant, someone like a doctor, someone like a lawyer who is a consultant. So he has to take care of everything. So don't glorify this as that it's less stressful. It is more stressful than a job. So another common myth about freelancing is that you decide your work hours, which is again, as I said, it's a myth. Because it's not you who decides the work hour, it's basically your client who decides the work hour. If some client has a quick deadline and he is asking a freelancer, and he will say you that I will pay 3 times extra if you give more hours to this work and get this thing developed quickly, you will be working 3 times more, because it will be the greed of earning 3 times more salary or 3 times more money, and you will be working extra. So it's not you who decide the working hours. It's basically depends on the client, that what working hours client has. Of course, there is some freedom that if you don't want to work, you can't, you won't work. But again, if you think like that, you will be left behind, as there are many freelancers who are working and looking for job and working on lower wages than you, so they can pick up the job which you are looking out for. So these were 3 popular myths about freelancing: that you are your own boss, it's less stressful than a day job, and you can work as per your scheduled hours. Next question is from Pranbir Sarkar. He's asking, as a full stack developer with 5 years of experience working at MNC, what degree, diploma, certification can someone pursue without leaving job that can help him in his career growth? Educational data: BCA distance by IGNOU, MCA distance by IGNOU. Pranbir, it primarily depends on what are your aspirations. What are your long-term goals? Whether you want to go into the management side, or you want to go into the technical side, or you want to go into techno-managerial side. So if you are working in an MNC, if it is a service-based MNC, so there will be a techno-managerial role also. Nowadays, I think most of the roles are techno-managerial roles. So based on this, I think since you have already done BCA and MCA, in my opinion, you should go for MBA from any distance MBA from any premier institute, be it IIM Lucknow, IIM Kozhikode, or any IIMs. Most of the IIMs and or big universities are giving distance learning MBAs. So, in my opinion, you should go for distance learning MBA so that you should learn about something about management. And since you are ready to spend money for distance learning, so in my opinion you should go for MBAs from any good premier institute. Next question is from Dr. Ajay Sharma. He's asking, what is the way to change career and get a job into Google like MNC? I am a 25-year-old MBBS doctor and found passion into programming. Dr. Ajay, frankly speaking, it's very tough for an MBBS doctor to get a job into any MNC by just saying that he has found passion for programming without any credentials. So probably you need to join some bootcamp training or some certification based training first. You need to do some certification based training first in order to apply for programming related jobs in MNCs. But even after doing some kind of diploma or some kind of certification related to programming, I really doubt that big organizations or big MNCs will hire you, because it's kind of a tricky situation here. So they are not sure that how good you are in programming. So in my opinion, if you are really serious about it, first of all you should go for some kind of programming related certification, and along with that programming related certification you should start building your brand. So while doing your boot camp or while doing your certification classes, you should start preparing some kind of application, open source application, or some kind of product which you can showcase that yes, you have worked on it and you have good knowledge about that. So basically you have to showcase your skills in the form of any open source application. Might be you can contribute to any open source application. Maybe if you are interested in going to Google, maybe you can contribute to Angular library. So Angular is by Google, you can contribute to Angular library, or you can contribute to Flutter framework or Dart programming language. So it depends. You have to build your brand and showcase your skills. Then only company might consider you. Or if you are really passionate about programming, then why you are looking for a job? You can create a product, you can program a product related to medical field. If you found any issue or if you find anything which is missing in medical field, you can create a product related to that with your newfound programming passion, and then you can sell it as a product. So that might be a good product which if you develop anything related to medical industry, your MBBS background will be used there and you can also sell it well. So in my opinion, you should develop a product related to MBBS field rather than looking for job related to programming. So if you are really looking for job, then in my opinion, you should stick to your MBBS like doctor's job rather than getting into programming. But if you are really serious about programming, then you should develop something, showcase your skill as a product, maybe become a product developer rather than doing a job for any other company or MNC. Next question is from Chintan Dave. He's asking, is it difficult for senior developers to adjust with new technologies in the IT field? Chintan, it varies from developer to developer. Usually it's not difficult for senior developers to adjust with new technologies, because whenever a company is migrating to new technologies, they first prefer their employees to learn those technologies. So usually companies provide training to their senior developers about the new technologies in which they are migrating. And those who are ready to learn or ready to know about new technologies, they stick to it. Those who don't want to learn new things, or those who are fine with their old technology, maybe look for another job in a different company in the same technology. So it primarily depends on person to person. Those who are ready to learn new things, it won't be a problem for any kind of developer, be it a senior developer or be it a veteran developer, to adjust to new technologies. Next question is from Aman Kant. He's asking, does having experience of a startup help me to get a better job than those having experience in a service based company? Aman, frankly speaking, the only thing which will help you in getting a better job in future is the knowledge of the technology and framework on which you are working on currently. So when hiring a new employee, usually companies look for three things. Number one, whether he is experienced in the technologies which are mentioned in his resume or not, what is his previous company, and what is his current CTC. Because these three things help them gauge you on based on your experience, based on your technology skills, and based on their pay scale, that whether they will be able to offer you a better salary apart from your current salary, and whether it comes in their pay scales or not, so whether it comes in their budget or not. If you are working in a big MNC, then of course the brand value of that MNC will matter. But apart from that, the only thing which will help you in getting a better job is your own technical knowledge and expertise. Next question is from Sandeepan. He's asking, can we develop a blockchain with C#? Sandeepan, yes, we can develop a blockchain with C#. It's a very popular myth that blockchain can only develop using Ethereum. However, you can develop blockchain using any technology you like. Some people has developed blockchain using Ruby on Rails. Some has even developed blockchain using JavaScript. So similarly, you can develop blockchain using C#. In fact, around 2 years back, someone has created a course on Pluralsight about creating blockchain in C# using .NET Core. So there is already code available for creating cross-platform blockchain framework using C# and .NET Core. So as I always say, you can develop any kind of application using C#. So you can develop blockchain application also using C#. So these were my answers to your tech and career related queries in this episode of Techie Tuesdays. If you want your questions to be featured in next episode of Techie Tuesdays, you can DM me your questions with hashtag Techie Tuesdays on any social media platform. All my social media handles are Techie Rathor. I hope you like my answers, and if you like my answers, then please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with your friends, family, and colleagues. So until my next video, take care. Bye-bye.